Hey everyone, welcome to a live video of Real Hazardous.
Thanks for joining in.
Oh, sorry guys, we're trying not to make it seasick.
Oh,
I guess the table's a little wobbly.
I gotta quit moving on the table, I guess.
That's true.
Keep one hand down, that might
Just
help.
hold my hands up.
Okay.
Well, thanks for everyone for joining in. Give you guys a minute to all join on. Looks like a bunch of people are joining on Instagram. So hey guys.
Hey guys, we're always glad to see you guys. We're glad to see you when you're outside. If you see us, holler at us. We always like to talk.
Yeah.
We like to talk fishing.
Unless we're busy fishing, then give us a minute.
Right.
I got two cameras going. I got YouTube and Instagram. So if you guys on Instagram are like, why is he looking over there? And vice versa, if YouTube's like, where's he looking at? Trying to talk to both you guys at the same time.
All right. So you want to start off with the questions?
Sure. And by the way, guys, Kayla is behind the screen. She can't all fit. Unfortunately, it's a little tight. But if you guys have any questions for her, just write it down and she'll shout it out.
That's it.
We posted, I guess, a poll question on Instagram and Facebook. If you guys have any questions for us, let us know. We answer it. And we had a few of those.
Hold on. Do you have sound on your phone, Jeremy? Someone said they got no sound on the Instagram.
Is anyone on? Can you guys hear me?
I can hear you.
Okay. Bart, is your volume turned on?
Turned up.
Turned up. Can anyone else hear me?
I can hear you. I hear him just fine.
It's good. Okay, cool.
Yeah, someone else can hear you.
Okay. So what was the first question?
Let's see. Going back and forth between everything. You want to start with a Wahoo question, fish stories?
Let's do some Wahoo questions. It's that time of year.
Let's start with how to target Wahoo out of Destin, Florida.
Destin, Florida. It's a great question.
Okay, so we don't do a lot of wahoo fishing out of the Gulf.
So we don't know.
But I do have a friend that does do it, and he says that when he goes out, he doesn't even throw a line out till he sees something floating.
Mm-hmm.
He says that's what it's all about in the Gulf, is finding something floating out there. So we don't know, but that's what we've been told.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So unfortunately, I haven't fished out of Destin. Definitely haven't gone for Wahoo, but sounds like from what I hear, you got to get to blue water, which I think is a pretty good ways for you guys. Generally, like I know guys going to like Steinhatchee and stuff like that. You have to get to go a really long ways, even further than we have to go to get to that blue water. The Gulf Stream or whatever stream. I guess it's the Gulf Stream and the Gulf too. But so yeah, you got to get a little further. Finding them, once you find them, you can target them. Probably similar. Once you find something that holds them, bait, structure, bottom, trolling, ballyhoo, high speed, live bait, things like that. Sorry, I couldn't be more helpful.
Yeah.
Okay. And can you consistently catch Wahoo? I don't know if that means you personally.
Yeah, that depends on who you ask, doesn't it?
Right.
Sometimes it's feast or famine, ain't it?
Yeah. I mean, in general, like I think you can generally catch them. I mean, there's always going to be days where they're just not biting or you're in the wrong spot. Even charter guys who are out there, almost every day have days where they don't catch any Wahoo when they try. But in general, I think you can generally get them.
Yeah. Just change up your tactics. If you're not getting them high speed, maybe go to meat or pulling ballyhoo, or slow down and go to, if you can get some live bait, troll some live baits. Just try a bunch of different things until you find out what they're hitting, and then you usually will do okay.
Usually, like I would say, like it's finding the fish. If you can find them, I think you can catch them about any way. Wahoo in particular, I would compare it more to kind of like deer hunting. If you're a deer hunter, you can go hunt a lot. Like I don't kill everything every time I hunt. I'm sure I never will kill anything every time I hunt. I mean, maybe if you're in one of those big places, stuff like that. But like wild hunting, there's just going to be some days where you don't catch them. And Wahoo, unlike kingfish, they're a predator fish. They're bigger. I think there's less of them, where you can go out for kingfish and get a bunch of kingfish generally. You get 6 or 7 kingfish, that's not even a great day. I mean, that's probably like average.
Yeah.
You can get stories of people getting 20, 30 kingfish, in a shorter trip. Wahoo, I don't. It's going to be rare to do that. I just don't think you're going to get the numbers. So don't be discouraged if you're not getting them every trip. I don't get them every trip.
I've yet to get one.
Yeah. Let's see. Question. Let's see. I'm trying to read it.
Now you're reading it because I can't see nothing.
Looks like so JT is going to Maritime College School, become a cruise ship captain.
Well, that'd be good. You have a lot of fun on that one.
Mm-hmm. That'd be cool. And maybe I can get you to hook us up on a cruise. So yeah, sorry, Caleb's trying to read it all. Okay, so basically his dad sold his boat, so he's seeing if he can get some sea time with us.
Who's that?
A guy on
JT.
Instagram.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. We get it. It's kind of funny. People think we fish all the time, but
Mhm.
we're pretty much relegated to the weekends for the most part, aren't we?
Yeah.
Or holidays or something like that.
Mm-hmm. But yeah, I don't know if you want Real Hazardous on your resume.
Yeah. People
I
look at
fish with
your
a boat called Real Hazardous.
Yeah. That's like flying with somebody by the name of Crash, which we have. I actually didn't fly with them, but I know.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Anyways, high speed versus slow trolling.
Okay, another Instagram question was high speed versus slow
Live-
trolling.
Yeah, live bait.
Sorry, live bait.
I said it wrong.
Live bait
I'm
versus
trying to remember the question.
high speed.
I think on live bait you always want to catch something. It might be sharks. It's going to amberjacks, kingfish. If there's a bunch of live bait around, there's going to be other fish. High speeding I think is good because you can find fish. You can keep moving, and once you hit them, you want to kind of hang in that area and mark that spot. A lot of times there'll be more fish in there.
Yeah, for me, I'd say they're both good. I don't think one's really going to replace the other. We just started live baiting, and I like it because it's kind of like king fishing. I feel like it's more relaxing. It's definitely easier to do. You don't need the big heavy tackle.
You don't burn near as much fuel.
Yeah. The downside is you don't cover as much ground. But I think once you find the bait, having live bait will catch you more fish than pulling the big lures. But yeah, so you got to find the bait. There are times where earlier in the year, the fish seem to be scattered, and the people who are high speeding caught more than who were live baiting. But by the same token, some of the people, when they find the schools, they'll catch a bunch on live baiting. So definitely gonna do more live baiting.
Especially bigger fish than the live bait, it seems like.
Yeah, they've definitely been catching some bigger ones. So I'd say it's definitely worth a try, something to learn and kind of have another tool in your arsenal for when.
And never go out with one thing, because we've had some people that's gone out and they just went live baiting only. Be able to be versatile, be able to bring something you can high speed with or different. Because if you don't find any live bait, if you go out there to live bait fishing, it's a long day.
Yeah.
You went a long way and you ain't got no bait.
But I mean, it's preference too. If you want live bait, go live bait. I don't mind doing something that's what I'm going to do today. That's what I'm going to do. And, rather than changing it up and because you spend time trying to change and you got to, redo things, and then you have to bring a lot more gear. So, for me, it's, I don't mind, trying something and just giving it the go ahead and see what happens.
That was one of them, fish days.
Yeah, a couple were asking your favorite fishing memory or your best fish story.
Go ahead, Jeremy, you go first.
Can you even think of just one?
It's hard. Yeah, there's a lot of favorite fish story. There's kind of different categories craziest, funniest, worst.
Yeah, real quick, what's the biggest wahoo you've ever caught?
We had that, what was it, 80 something with Troy.
Yeah, on 16-pound test line, the lightest rod in the boat.
Yeah, 16 rod is probably 30
Yeah.
pound.
Yeah.
Sorry, guys.
Yeah, keep moving the table. Okay,
Yeah.
so back to your fish story.
let's see, probably one of them that sticks out is, a couple years ago we were doing the tournament and Kingfish tournament, the old school King of the Beach. No, sorry. Old school Kingfish shootout. That's a different one, King of the Beach. Old school shootout, and we caught a 45-pound kingfish. Kayla caught it, and we got second place in the tournament. So that was really cool. That was our best tournament victory. She got first place, Lady Angler.
And it almost got ate by a shark. I mean, it was very, very close.
Yeah, like
if you get a chance to watch that video, and you'll just see that how crazy
I still can't watch it without stressing out.
Yeah, if you look like on our Instagram or YouTube, you can see the full video on YouTube, but you can see like I think the clip of when we finally got it in the boat. We were all pretty excited, and so we almost had the shark get it. And the thing about that trip too was, a lot of things were going wrong in the morning. We had a lot of issues, stuff we had to work through, and we just kept at it and caught that fish just after afternoon, and then the shark almost got it. Just out of gaff range, couldn't get to it. And then the shark actually chased the fish under the boat. Thankfully, I thought he was going for the motors. He was under the boat, and I finally seen him. I was able to get the gaff under and gaff the fish and throw it in the boat. So
after the T-top got your way, it was just one thing after the other went wrong.
Yeah, it was pretty exciting.
Yeah,
I think one of my favorites is I like to flounder fish a lot. And one morning I got out, had plenty of bait. I started catching flounder, and I caught 32 flounder in 4 hours, up to 8 pounds by myself, and they were still biting. I mean, I released a lot, but it was just like back to back to back. Almost every cast I was catching a flounder. And I had to go to work that afternoon. I was like, I should have just stayed in the fish, see how many I could have caught, but we had a good day that day. Or I had a good day. I was, like I said, by myself.
Last night, we need a celebrity feature from Hunter Jim Lutz.
Oh yeah, that's right. I have to get him on the show next time. Have to have him take us out on the boat and go catch some wahoo. They got second, I guess third place technically, because second place in last year's shootout goes to big fish, but they had the second largest aggregate, so they had some really nice fish. I think 100, maybe 280, but it was some crazy fish they caught that day. So
when you get a wahoo over 100 pounds, that's just a monster. I mean, 80 was big, and I think was that one weigh 120. Did we ever hear about?
No, that was like just over 100.
Yeah, he thought.
I mean, look, huge.
Which Jeff, you owe me, Jeff. But anyhow,
you might want to pull your hands. You keep shaking that out.
Oh, sorry. All right, my bad. Okay. All right. So, what about you, Gail? What was your favorite?
No, probably that one.
Kingfish.
Yeah, I don't know if it's favorite or just memorable, or because there's been so many over the years.
Yeah.
Right.
Those are some of the funniest ones you've had. They haven't been funny at the time, but it's funny to look back.
Yeah, it's funny looking back. But
man, like you said, there's a bunch of them. I remember I was in my little 14-foot flat bottom boat with a 15 horsepower Mariner kingfishing by myself trolling, and all I had was one rod, and I was trolling dead cigar minnows in the chum hole, and all these big, I guess, fancy boats back in the day, the charter boats were like, man, get out of the way, you're right in the hole. And I was catching them, and then somebody had a big fish on it, ran over my boat, and I had his line. I said, you better be happy I'm a nice person, or else I would have cut that line. What was that?
Let's see. Hunter said it was 103. Harrison caught him.
Yeah, that's a keeper.
Yeah,
I keep on
that'd be
103
cool.
pounds, wouldn't you?
let's see.
Oh, we got Frank on.
I'd say there's a lot of people that need to all be in one
Well,
video.
dang, Frank, why don't you tell us how you know how to catch them wahoo? Frank got first place last year. Just just write a comment. We'll wait and listen to your story.
Yeah, like where's the secret spot?
Yeah. Just PM us a message on your secret spot.
PM.
We'll let you know. That's a private message.
Okay. I think they call it DM, but yeah.
DM.
DM is what they call it now.
Yeah.
Okay, sorry. The old school
DM
PM.
might have been like the old
Private
days with
message.
Facebook.
Was that what was that old platform? No, yeah.
Instant messaging.
Instant messaging. Yeah, what's up, Frank? What's up, guys? Yeah. So
Just have one big.
I'll just come on your boat and we'll do a live video. How about that? That'd be I'll just film you this year. How about that? I'll be your cameraman. I'll just watch and learn and
You gonna take my job
But
away?
hey, we're always ready to learn. I can tell you right now, we don't know it all. And I mean, everybody's got a little something to add to it. Not everybody, but most people. Yes. Some people get out there and you're like, where in the world are they doing on a boat?
Yeah.
But anyhow, so what else?
What other stories?
Let's see. Funniest stories. A lot of the funny stories are about like the people.
Yeah,
right?
about other people or us getting hurt, and it's funny after the fact. Like Dad getting hit with the lobster.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I was not a happy camper that day.
The same thing happened to me a couple years when I got punched with a lobster. And
Yes, you get dangerous on that boat, or with stuff coming in the boat.
Yeah, here's a pro tip for you guys. Don't throw lobster. They got hard, spiky shells, and they hurt if they hit somebody.
Yeah, if they just come over and throw it out inside the boat, somebody may be sitting down there counting your lobster at the time that you're throwing it and take a shot.
See what happened was my brother, he's a big time lobster fisher. He's really good. And he'll go down and he'll scoop one up. And usually, the boat comes and we'll like swap out nets, pick it up, make it real fast. And if it's not fast enough, he'll go down and he'll usually take the one he had and put it under his arm and he'll catch another one. So 2. Well, he had 2 and the boat still hadn't got him. And I guess he was tired of holding one in his hand, so he just threw it in the boat. Well, that boat wasn't the contender. It was another boat. It had the in-deck live well on the floor. My dad was down there counting. So all of a sudden, the lobster comes over and hits him right above the eye.
Slice
blood
me.
coming
Slice
down.
me.
It was funny for me because we only needed like 2 more lobster. And I just gotten like back in the water.
Yeah, you had no idea what happened, but somehow you came up laughing and we're looking at you like,
Yeah.
oh.
Like I got in the water, everyone was happy, everything was going good. We about had our limit record time. I like go underwater, and the next thing I know, it's like, why is everybody upset? What's going on?
Timbers can get short, can't they?
Yeah.
I never said that Harrison got bit by a triggerfish.
Ouch.
Oh, them things are nasty, the triggerfish.
Yeah.
When you picked that one up, it like slapped in the face.
Yeah.
Got that on video.
And then we've got so many hooks. I've got hooks in my hand, a bunch.
Mm-hmm. We got several videos.
Yeah, call me Captain Hook.
Yeah. Yeah. He gets a lot of hooks in the hand.
Yeah. That one in Venice, Louisiana, when I had the tuna,
Mm-hmm.
I was trying to get the plug off, and he slipped out of my hand, and he buried that hook in my hand. And he was flopping around in the deck, and I was hollering, Jeremy, just grab the fish. He's killing me over there.
That's hard to watch.
It's a little skipjack. And things are slippery. It's like hard to just grab. Plus, there's hooks still around. I don't get a hook in my hand too. Can you imagine both of us having a hook?
Yeah. Yeah.
Both gonna be hooked to the same fish.
Even the captain was a little queasy on that one, wasn't he? He's like,
Mm-hmm.
he cut the lure, I guess the hook off the lure, and then they tried to, he wouldn't pull it out. He was
Yeah.
a little bit queasy, but
I mean, I don't want
our buddy Alvin, he just snatched that bad boy out.
Mhm.
You know, it's easier to snatch out of somebody else's hand than it is your own.
Yeah, it's kind of like holding the nail for someone.
Right. Yeah, when somebody's holding a nail, I can hammer really good, and I can hammer hard, but when I'm holding it, I'm a little more hesitant. But if you're holding the nail, I ain't got a problem, and I'll pound that. And sometimes I'll miss, but and you'll think a bad thing.
There's one time we were working on the roof and I was holding it for Dad. I mean, you probably got in maybe 10 nails before you finally got me.
There you go.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I'll give you one other quick story. We were out fishing in Chum Hole for a kingfish.
Mm-hmm.
It was kind of a lazy day, and we had to anchor down, and we were just drifting baits off the back of the boat. And this giant manta ray come up, and I was sitting. It was on a 19-foot Mako.
Mm-hmm.
I was sitting up on the motor just with a pole, and I thought he was going to jump in the boat. He came up under the thing, and I went, dang. Yeah, and I jumped back, and when I did, also the boat started moving. Well, the manta ray got hung up in the boat anchor,
Mm-hmm.
and he was dragging us off. He dragged us for like, I don't know, maybe half a mile. And we're like, what are we going to do? You know, we're trying to get the anchor off of him. And then he goes down. I guess he must have went down and laid down because it sat there for a minute. And then I don't know if he turned or what. And then it come loose, but we're fixing to cut the rope.
Probably look like an old time whaler. Yeah.
Old man in the sea.
Yeah.
So, yeah, that was a funny one. But what else we got coming up there?
What else are we talking about?
Mm-hmm. We had a boat about go down way back in the day too. That was that same 19 Mako. That 19 Mako took a beating, didn't it?
Mm-hmm.
Pretty good boat though.
They survived.
I remember one of the funny stories I had. We were fishing the tournament one time, and this big storm came up, and so we were coming in. We were in St. Augustine, and we got to the Volano boat ramp, and there was this boat that it was like a deck boat. It was like 2 guys and their wives, and I think I don't know, the engine shut down or something. And they're like, so the storm's coming. So they're like kind of panicking. Hey, you gotta help us. Like, dude, I'm coming. Like, can you tell? I was like, yeah, man, you're like 100 feet away. I can tell you. So, but I guess because they're so stressed, like the guys and the girls start getting like yelling at each other, and
That never happens with anybody, does it?
right. Yeah, a big husband-wife argument. I'm like, it's cool, man. We get you there. So we get them there, and they get on, and then like the wives go sit in the car, and like I guess lock the husbands out. They just gotta sit in the boat in the rain. Like,
Quiet ride home.
Yeah.
poor guys.
I was like a guy trying to load the boat up, remember?
Mhm.
And I don't know who the kid was back in the truck, but he backed his like whole tailgate into the water. And the guy screaming at him, "You go, stop, stop, stop." That truck never be right again.
Yeah.
And so we didn't pay much attention to it. And a few minutes later, we got our boat cleaned up and was driving off. And that guy that was back in the truck now was walking down the road, and the other guy passed him. He was driving his truck. I guess he booted him out of the truck. But
Yeah.
Or you had enough. I'll walk home.
I like the one where we got to the boat ramp, and some other guy was just launching his boat, and he was by himself. And he backed the truck down. He hopped in his boat, backed the boat off, and he took off. Truck running in the ramp still. Door open. He was just gone. He was ready to fish or something.
So we waited for a few minutes, and I was like, "You think I should just pull his truck out and help him out, or what?" And so did we do that? I don't think.
I think
we
we
He
waited.
finally came back.
Yeah, it was,
But
I don't know,
yeah.
5-10 minutes. He's
Yeah,
just booking it back.
was a while.
Yeah, because you don't get accused of stealing this car. Or
Yeah,
anything.
but when you get out there fishing, you're so excited. One time I pulled the plug in. We were coming back from the lake,
Mhm.
so the water would drain. Well, I forgot to put it in when I got to the ramp, so I jumped out, dumped my truck, and I backed it down, and it was almost sunk. So I had to plug it up, go back in the lake, drive it some more until all the water went out, and then come back up.
What boat was that?
That was that little old bass boat, old glass stream,
Uh-oh.
15-footer with a 15-horse Mariner, a bad old Mariner motor.
How'd you get that thing on
Wasn't that long
plane?
ago that you
I
let
didn't.
plug out of
I mean,
the
it-
Blazer
at
Bay,
first it
right?
was- I mean, I'm barely going in that water. It's not running through the hole. It's running out the back of the boat over the transom.
So the boat was nearly sunk, and you're like, let me take this out to sea and get the
Yeah.
water out.
I know how to get that water
So
out.
for y'all who don't know, our name is Real Hazardous. You're starting to hear why.
Yeah, that's
Yeah, that's
why
a
we
good reason for
You
it.
might not always see it in the video.
Yeah.
It might get edited out or not on camera, but
Yeah, there you go. Back in the old days, we didn't care, man. We just back. It didn't matter what the weather was. It could be like 10-foot seas. Oh no, we're going fishing.
Yeah.
And we get out there and like, if we can just make it back to the bank, I'll never get out there again like that.
Yeah.
And a month later, we'll do the same thing. So,
Yeah.
all
oh
right.
my gosh, you're really shaking the table.
Sorry.
So what else we got going
Yeah,
on?
your arm's
Oh, I'm sorry, I felt shaking it.
Yeah.
Yeah, but so yeah, this is the time of the year to get the wahoo.
Mm-hmm.
Like Jeremy said, you got to kind of be patient and be prepared to move to different spots. Like I said, once you find them, I would work that area really good. But if you don't find them, just most of the people that do really well, they move from one spot to the other until they find the wahoo.
Hey, Dad,
No,
can you tell the viewers more at home about patience?
yeah, I'm the patient one on the boat. I'm like 5 hours, Jeremy. We ain't caught a fish. Let's
5
drop down.
hours,
Yeah, so let's drop down and catch a triggerfish.
30 minutes or an hour.
Yeah, Jeremy's like, give me 15 more minutes. And I'm like,
I do believe on the tournament, we got second place in. Me and Dad are both like, you know what? We're not going to catch any fish. We had the motor issues. Everyone else is getting big
yeah,
fish.
getting
We're not
charged.
gonna
We
catch
got
anything.
line in the props. And I was like,
Mhm.
let's just freaking go home.
And then that one bites, and we're like, it's just a shark. And
Yeah.
it comes up, and none of us said a word. We're like, oh, that's a big fish.
Yeah.
Oh, that one you hooked when he headed east at a high rate of speed, I knew it wasn't a shark. It was a good fish.
I would assume it's a shark. Let's
Oh.
see. I want to know where they can buy a shirt and Team Spinning Ballyhoos. And
What's up,
Hey, Christian, how you doing, buddy? Hey, Christian had a good day last week,
yeah,
wasn't it?
Yeah, I think
ask
we had-
him about
yeah,
why he's
6.
catching them.
Yeah, he's
Yeah.
the one that should be telling us how to do it. He got out there and they stroked him last week.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't want to know if he's heard anything.
And he's got that
about
nice
it.
ride too. What's his? A 32
World Cap.
World Cat.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a nice boat.
Mm-hmm. Hunter asked where the bike was. So
Which Hunter?
Hunter and Jim Lux.
Okay.
So basically,
You know,
I don't know. It seemed like it's been down south, like from what I've heard. Like,
Not when we were there.
and not when we were there. But yeah, I mean, the guys I know, like out of St. Augustine, this was probably several weeks ago. It seemed like it was due east, but yeah, hard to say. I'm not sure exactly where. I'll keep my ears open though.
Yeah, I think our best day was, I mean, we were around a lot of people, and when we started getting away from people and we found the fish, there was nobody around us. And the bite was just unbelievable for what, 2 hours.
Yeah. So yeah, we joked about patience. Yeah, that day, and really a lot of days. Like I'm like struggling to avoid a mutiny. There's been some times where like that and Kayla.
So I like triggerfish.
like-
I can usually catch a triggerfish, but I can't get the
that
water.
one Wahoo day, you know, like just sitting down in front of the boat, and we're just like, we gotta end this.
But yeah,
I'm like, I'll pull out a pistol, get back.
that's that. It was a
I mean,
neat
usually I'm the
thing.
middleman between y'all, but
Yeah.
But yeah, I was just say that day we literally like a lot of times we would fish for wahoo and then we'd bottom fish, and yeah, that's cool if you want to do it. But I was kind of like, I think we need to do all trolling or all bottom fishing at least sometimes, because I can do a better job at both if I can put in like the full day. So that day I was like, yeah, we'll do wahoo the whole day. And of course it was like the slowest day to start with, like ever. It was literally like 5 hours, no bites, no hits, nothing. But we finally found bait, and it would have been a live bait dream. We had tried live baiting a couple years ago, and we found the Bullet Bonita, and it was marking good, and they're on the surface, and we caught some on a little rattle jet, and trolled through it high speed, and we had I think a double, or no, we got one, and then
we had double that first run.
okay, yeah.
Yeah, you had the one, and then I had, and the smaller one was the hardest bite one too, and he's the one that got in the prop and kind of went crazy when he got up by the boat.
Mm-hmm. But yeah, and that day I mixed it up because I was experimenting. Like we did some ballyhoo and 8 to 9 speed trolling, some high speeding. We were about 50-50. So for me, it's like if you can find the bait, you can find the fish. I think you'll catch them if you can find them, whichever method you prefer.
Right. The bait's the key, though. If you find the bait, you're more than likely to catch some fish.
All right. Spinning Valley said they were out of Mayport between Jackson and St. Augustine, about 50 miles.
Oh, okay.
So
yeah. We got a couple good areas down there that's really good, too.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
But, yeah, that's the thing, too. When you got 2 or 3 people on the boat, you get different ideas, and it helps out a lot,
Mm-hmm.
And, don't be afraid to listen to somebody else. I've fished for people before, and they going to do what they're going to do, and they ain't changing the spot, and they ain't going to change how they're fishing or anything. And I just kind of like this.
Talking about me.
I like to be fluid. That's why they call it an ocean, because there's a lot of fluid out there. You know what I mean? Okay.
That's true. Air is a fluid too, technically.
So we got anything else? Questions?
I can't find any V-necks on the website.
We don't have them on the website right now. I don't think I have them on the website. But if you DM me or PM me, if you prefer,
Yeah.
I can get you.
Message.
I'll let you know what we got.
Does DM stand for dumb message or what?
Direct.
Dang
Direct.
message.
Direct message.
Direct message.
Yeah, send me a dang message.
There you go.
Okay, so speaking, we talk a lot about wahoo, and got some wahoo tournaments, pretty popular, but there's a lot of other great fish to catch this time of year, like blackfin tuna. We've had some good days, blackfin tuna in the winter.
Blackfin tuna is, and if you pay attention and you see them come up, we were out there catching some big triggerfish, and we seen a giant school of them. Only had one rod we could trail, but it was like back to back. They were anywhere from 12 to 15 pounders, and it on a rattle jet. And it wouldn't be out there 5 minutes.
Yeah, I mean, one line we put it back there, and there was like a rip we saw, and the tuna was busting right on the ledge. That's a really fun thing to do. And
right,
they were all nice tuna, like 15. So I think the biggest was almost 20.
Yeah, that's
or something,
a big
18.
like down to the Keys. So if you get one that's 10 or 15, that's a monster. Most of the
Yeah.
ones you get down there, what, 3 to 5 maybe.
Yeah,
But
little footballs.
yeah, but when you get, you don't usually get small ones up here. And then we got them inshore this past year a couple of times.
Yeah, that was a question someone had emailed me today. They asked, if you could get wahoo and tuna 30 miles out, and well, you could catch them in the summer like wahoo.
Right.
Tuna like in the spring. We've had a good run.
Right, and only about 17, 18 miles out.
Yeah. Just trolling my bait like we were kingfishing. We'd catch some blackfin tuna, which was a nice surprise, a really good eating fish.
We checked their stomachs, and they had like small pogies in them, and we were using all big pogies that day. So we wondered if they said it'll go in at night along the beach, don't they?
Yeah, I've heard stories, so it was interesting what they've been doing.
Yeah, I'd like to see where all the pogies go because we had a rough time this past year, didn't we?
Yeah,
time pogies. That
is exciting because, it's February. Before you know it, we're going to be in the summertime fishing. Just a couple months away, really. Kingfish in the beach, some mahi show up.
Right, and you go out there and you're done fishing by noon. A lot of times when the kingfish are on. You
get used to the long ledge wahoo days, and then in the summer it seems so easy because you wake up, get out there about
later.
Yeah, you don't want to get out too early because you got to get pogies up. So let somebody else find them, and then call your buddy up. Where's the bogeys? Hopefully he'll tell you the right spot. In tournament time, you might not get much answer, but
no, it's funny. The radio taught during tournaments versus a normal day.
Yeah.
Should
make a video on that.
Yeah. Write that down.
Exactly. But anything else you can think of on it?
Well, guys, speaking of wahoo stuff, we did a video on YouTube. Jim Lex let me use their pull tester, and we did some pull tests on some the wire that you use for wahoo, testing crimps versus knots and different ways to tie the wahoo rig. So if you guys are interested in learning about wahoo, I think you'll like that video. It's pretty cool. It's kind of like some of our technical videos, where we do the underwater line test, or we go underwater a lot of times and we've filmed high speed trolling over our heads, see what it looks like from the fish's perspective. So we got some of those videos online. If you guys want to check them out,
we can share the links in the story after this.
Okay, we'll share the links.
Yeah.
If there's any tests you guys want us to try, line strength, knot tests. If any underwater footage, I can put on the scuba gear. Do some tests like that. Actually, I think that was a question.
Yeah, that was a question. Someone asked if you still dive for anchors.
Yeah, so we have some videos where we've been diving in the Keys and we'd find anchors. And one of the things we kind of learned was search and recovery when we did our advanced open water course. So we have a lift bag. So we're like, hey, let's collect on anchors. That way when we lose an anchor, we'll have plenty of spare. So we still do that. We did some this past year.
We ain't bought an anchor in a long time.
Yeah, thankfully I had to buy an anchor. We've had some crazy anchor stories. Man, we'll be finding anchors, and that bottom in the Keys where you get the yellowtail, for whatever reason, it's kind of like an anchor magnet. It doesn't look like it'd be, but man, anchors get stuck there all the time. And we'd be finding anchor after anchor, and we'd max out 100-pound lift bag, and we filled it up. We didn't realize we had that much, and it's barely going up. We're like, uh-oh. So,
I know that don't pop.
Yeah.
We get a bigger lift bag, don't we?
Yeah.
Actually, even Christian.
Yeah, Christian said he was one of the anchor victims.
Yeah, we found Christian's anchor.
And that one, the lift bag barely, that was a heavy anchor.
He had a big anchor and heavy chain, and that was heavy too.
That man slept forever to get that bad boy in the boat.
Yeah.
Trying to drag it in there. But the good thing about that one is you had those numbers, so it wasn't that hard to find. And that long line, all you got to do is find the line and travel, go to the anchor, right? But so that's pretty good. And the best time to get those anchors after mini season, when everybody's out there and they're anchoring up, and then you go back out there and you'll find they'll be all up and down there, won't they?
Yeah.
I mean, sometimes we got 15, 16 anchors. And
we've gotten a lot.
Try
to leave the ocean cleaner than we found it.
Right. And then we don't have to buy an anchor.
That's true.
They have these things called Rodan. Have you heard those before?
Yeah.
Let me tell you what's happening. You know, when we're fishing, I think last year at St. Augustine, we're along the ledge, and there must have been 50 rodans, and there was one boat that had an anchor. Us.
Yeah.
Everybody else is rodan, and it's nice and easy, and we're throwing anchor out trying to get it on the spot.
Like, oh, it's not right. I gotta pull it up. Try it again.
Yeah, my buddy just spent what 12 grand on one.
Mm-hmm.
Dang.
Well worth it.
I say, I think we
I'm
get,
sure they're worth it.
that's that time we're trying to get the Spanish mackerel at the Debbie's.
Oh yeah.
There
Yeah,
was at their spot lock, and we're
The funny thing is, like, probably like the first dude who had that like on an offshore boat, everyone was probably making fun. Like, look at that. That is so ridiculous. A big trolling motor on an offshore boat. Why in the world would you need that? And then like he goes and just stop here and catches all the bottom fish, and everyone's like, oh, it's a really good idea.
Yeah. Oh yeah. It's unbelievable. Yeah. Well, you're trying to figure your current and your wind and everything in it.
Yeah.
You just put that spotlight in there and you're there.
Mm-hmm.
Which I think it'd work good for slow trolling for kings if you got to a good school.
Mm-hmm.
so we have anything exciting coming up?
We got Venice this weekend.
Yep.
Venice, Louisiana. We're going out for the big yellowfin.
Yeah, we're going with Joe VT. You guys probably seen some of his videos. Another YouTuber.
Good fisherman.
Yeah, and on his post, they've caught a lot of 200+ pounders. So trying not to jinx it, but
Yeah.
hopefully we'll catch us some.
We're gonna put Kayla on a 200 pounder.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Let her
right.
reel that one in.
yeah. So
Ultralight 20-pound test.
um,
Pisco fun, PC fun.
yeah, so we're gonna try to catch some of those. Hopefully that'll be fun. Sure, we'll get a good video for you guys, and got hopefully some Wahoo days coming up.
Right,
Let's see, catch some of those good fish, and
right.
got some funny shorts. Filmed some funny shorts. I think you guys will like. If anyone, you guys, we're on. I know you're watching on different things. If you guys haven't already, if you want to subscribe to our YouTube channel, if you don't want the ads, we're on Patreon. If y'all are on Twitter or X, whatever they call it, we just got on that. So different platforms. Appreciate it if you follow us on those. If you share it with anyone who likes fishing, appreciate all the support. Thank you guys for all the questions.
Exactly. And like I said, anytime you see us, come up and talk. We like to talk fishing, don't we? We like to catch fish sometimes too, but
Mm-hmm.
listen, you can always talk fish. You can't always catch fish.
That's true.
I just made that up.
All right, guys. Well, we will see y'all next time. Thanks everyone who joined in.
Thanks very much.
Yep, we'll have this posted to YouTube and stuff like that. So anyone wants to catch up on the stories or the fishing tips, it'll be there. And we'll see you guys next time.
Do we have many other questions or?